All right, and thank you guys for tuning in to the first worst episode of If You're Washing. My name is Mark Kladzinski. I've been a window cleaner for about 5 years. I own a Mr. D's pressure washing down in Houston, Texas. I'm a solo guy, been doing it for a while. No need, want, or desire for employees, but I have some nuggets of tasty goodness for you guys that I want to share. Some product reviews, ideas, customer interactions, stories, tips of the trade. Eventually, I want to grow a YouTube channel, basically exclusively through Pro Window Cleaning Group. I don't want to go over to pressure washing pages and Christmas lights and try to sing and dance for them because, I'm a window cleaner who pressure washes, but in the next month or so, I'm going to identify as a Christmas light installer. So I'll be able to cover some different aspects of different ages areas of our industry. A lot of us here obviously clean windows. We want to, you know, increase our business, stay busy. Some of us got into business to be in business for ourselves, to be our own boss. Some of us wanted to go to work for somebody else, which is not really the case. But if you started your own business, or if you want to wash, or if you're washing, I think I'll have a lot of great content for you guys. I do a lot of skits, parodies, stuff like that, but realized maybe I should focus more on telling people who the hell I am, and why the heck my opinion would matter or why your opinion matters. Because I want to center a show or a YouTube channel, a page around inclusivity, not some DEI crap, but I mean, I want guys to feel comfortable sharing ideas and advice. Uh, I'm not here to belittle or pick on people. We can all be dicks. If you laugh at something that's funny, there's nothing wrong with laughing at it because it's funny, as long as you're not laughing at the guy. I won't make any assertions to different weirdos on these pages, but myself included. But here it's just to be nice to get information. I want to share some funny stories with you guys over the next coming weeks. I want to do some giveaways to grow the page. My thing is like a race to 1,000. So we're going to do building 1,000 subscribers. I'd love to go live on these Facebook pages. I'd like to go live on YouTube, but I've got to get the gumption and get comfortable with, working around a camera, editing, cutting, pasting, all that shit. I do swear a lot, so I'm going to warn you guys. I curse, which I guess is not a problem, and you're in this industry. You're kind of fucking weird anyway. But a lot of cursing going on. So I've had a customer who a couple of years ago was like, "Yeah, you got some shit up there on the gutters. It's not a problem. I'll get rid of it while I'm up there cleaning them." So everything went great. Had a great time. He wrote me an email. "Hey, Mark, you did a fantastic job, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm a youth pastor and some of your language wasn't really appropriate. So I really think that maybe you need to think about your business and who you're really trying to deal with." And it made me wonder that he was exactly right. Like, what kind of person am I dealing with? What kind of customer do I want? Do I want to attract everybody? Do I want to attract, single mom strippers? Do I want child youth coordinators slash youth pastors? And I realized that I don't want to include everybody in the wide net. There's a certain people that I like to work with, certain people you like to work with. People get on your nerves. People are annoying. You've got Karens. You've got certain demographics of people that want the absolute rock bottom price you can provide minus 35%. And so in your business, in your life, if you're washing, you've got to figure out who your target customer is. And in my case, not everyone is my customer. So I wrote back an email to that gentleman saying, I greatly apologize. I may have some low grade Tourette syndrome that I got working out from childhood. Apologize for my actions and words, but it is who I am. And I really can't change that, and apologize that if after a long day of working outside, I upset you by swearing. I promised to work on that. So he wrote back, "Thanks a lot, Mark. That was very honest. We'll be using you in the future. Have a great day." 2 months later, I get an email. "Hey, we need gutter cleaning coming over." So I went to the guy's house. He's 2 houses over from the youth pastor guy. So anyway, this customer was funny because he wanted window cleaning and gutter cleaning. So we did the whole walk around and I showed him, but he had a lot of artillery fungus on his windows. So I told him, "Now this artillery fungus not really going anywhere unless you want me scraping, but these are brand new windows. We'll see what I can do with the fingernail, but to let you know, these 100 dots all over the window are not going to go anywhere." He goes, "Well, what are they?" Explained artillery fungus in detail. The guy was kind of freaked out because he's a mushroomphobe. He's afraid of mushrooms. So he wants them dead. So I suggested, go to Lowe's. There's a $20 bottle of shake shit you can put and kill the mushrooms. But as I explained to him, the shake shit kill the mushrooms, he made a face, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did I offend you or with something I said? You're not a youth pastor, are you?" And he goes, "Actually, I am a youth pastor. I attend Wednesday nights at blah blah blah." I'm like, "Oh Jesus, your neighbor is a youth pastor too, right?" He goes, "Oh yeah, yeah, we're both youth pastors." I was like, "Oh, how many do you have on the street?" Like, there should be a warning. Like, I should have known with the cross on the front door type deal, but it's pick and choose who you want to work with. Uh, that being said, I can't choose to work or not work for youth pastors. They're great people. There's nothing against that, but I'm not going to apologize for swearing. I'm not going to say I'm sorry for having an American flag on a truck, or build your business how you want, because this is the life you're designing for yourselves. So anyway, your persona in the business, some of you guys know me from the group. I always joke around with GIFs and stupid sarcastic shit. I do the same thing on Nextdoor in my local area, some of the Facebook pages, just because some of the people get that shit and they laugh. The other people are, "Oh, I'll never call him, I'll never use him." And that's fine, because that kind of whittles down who you don't want to work for. A lot of guys joke, around this time of year coming up here, people are going to have yard signs in the front yard. They're going to have the Trump, they're going to have the Harris, they're going to have the Never Trump, the Never Harris, and you got to pay attention to those signs and your clientele, so to speak. You find that the Democrats have the solar panels, they have the Teslas, and if they have the sign, they have the money for window cleaning, gutter cleaning, whatever, Christmas lights. So definitely hit those people up. And if you're a conservative Republican, you can do your 15% tax. Kidding, that's unfair, because it goes the other way too. But it helps identify your customer. If you think that a Democratic leaning leftist Biden Harris person is going to be a problem customer because your shirt says "fuck Trump" on it or something, or vice versa, that might not be your customer. You might want to leave that T-shirt at home or wear it for the sake of that estimate or that job. Kidding. But anyway, that's just the tip there, left field. Your target customer, we'll discuss, and I'll joke around a lot about customer interactions that I've had. For example, one window cleaning customer had a thing of hornets, wasps in the corner of his yard. And so I walked back to the truck to get, this can of insecticide. So I'm walking back from the truck, and he's coming out with like a lighter and a newspaper. And I forgot to mention, like an 81-year-old Asian American. But he gives me the newspaper and lighter, goes, "You get rid of nests." I said, "Yeah, I've got the can." I'm shaking it. He goes, "No, no, you light newspaper, you hold it, they come to flame and they die." I said, "Sir, I'm not going to hold a newspaper on fire and hold it up to the side of your house. We're not doing that today. In America, we shake up a can and spray it." He goes, "No, no, no. In my place, you watch, you do here." I said, "I'm not lighting fire and holding it to your house, sir. In America, we." So I said, "Where are you from?" "Laos." I said, "Well, in Laos, you can burn huts, you can burn houses down. Here in America, you do the same thing, but we can do it from the ground from 20 feet away with a can of spray." And so he kind of chuckled, and his wife came out and dragged him away, and I sprayed the nest and thought about, my insurance deductibles and stuff. But that's something you run into on this job. You get all sorts of weird customers. The point of that guy is, like, you can add into your customer estimates to be funny in your terms and conditions, which we'll go over in one of these episodes, is we take every precaution to clean every window, to clean every gutter. But if there's an unsafe area like wasp nests or a holly bush or something leaning up against the house that we can't get through, remove, or unsafely get around, it's not included in the service. Oh, and by the way, we do not light newspapers with lighters and hold it up to the and leave a little story like that, and then it'll humanize you as a person or an operator, but it'll also cover your ass in case you get a little Asian man with a newspaper and a lighter trying to get you to burn his fucking house down. So just avoid that, and also pre-qualify those customers. Make sure they're not going to ask you to do weird shit. But that being said, terms and conditions, important part of your business. So if you're washing and you have a contract and you're selling jobs, T&C, cover your butt. Basically just says, we're not liable for this, we're not liable for that, please pay now, we're not liable for that, sign here. And it's really more chewy chunks than that. There's more legalese, but I'll provide one of those later. You guys can edit, click, copy, paste. Sorry, allergies. Anyway, so we are going to talk about different things. You know, if you're washing, are you a solo guy? Do you have 6 employees? Do you do it on weekends, evenings? Are you just getting started? Have you been doing this for 7 years? Living in your mom's basement? You just get divorced, and now you got to figure out how you're going to freaking, get your rig and truck parked somewhere because now you have to live in a 2-bedroom apartment, see your kids on the weekend, and that shit sucks. We're going to cover all that weird shit in this. Disclaimer, I'm not going through divorce. I'm not losing custody of kids. Everything's fine. I'm just weird. But if that's you, and if you're washing, episode 7, we're going to talk about single dads and how to fix that with Cougar Paws. Cougar Paws will help you stick on a roof. Cougars will help you get over a shitty life on a Friday or Saturday night. They go to bed early, so you got to hit the bars. Anyway, for example, one of the product reviews we're going to talk about is something I hit on this week, which is these zero tips. So we're going to talk about this really quick. This is a zero tip that's used for the, I'll say the, yeah, got it. For the water-fed pull tip. So if you've got an adapter, this one's the Tucker. But if you've got an adapter, you've got to get in your pull. You've got to get one of these bad boys so it doesn't break. It's not plastic. I had a quick video this week. Had a plastic Acme adapter tip that snapped off of the top of a pole because a ladder was declining on it and snapped it. The thing broke, fell off, and I had to use a different one. So I went on, found these anodized aluminum sexy ones. So I'm buying these in bulk, putting these on all my adapters because it makes sense, better be prepared and not have to worry about it than have to run around trying to fix shit. That sucks. But part of washing is having redundancies, having 2 or 3 or 6 of everything, which is why you see a bunch of brushes, a bunch of sleeves, because you go to a house, you're going to want to bring 2, one for the one when it falls in the mulch and the other to back up. But you bring that third guy just in case it falls in the mulch again. And then you don't want to look like an asshole trying to clean off your brush. Like, I know you saw the mulch get in it and I only brought one. No, have redundancies, have backups. Same thing with T-bars, squeegees, channels, sizes, cutters, nipples, gears, slappers, winners, and squeegees. That's our spongy. He's got googly eyes. Anyway, another thing about this whole if you're washing thing is I'm going to be doing a lot of giveaways. I wanted to start a channel a year or 2 or 3 ago called Tenacious Deeds, and I wanted to be really funny, a play off of Mr. Deeds, my name of my business. But I realized that if I do some vile, some weird, some funky shit, it may go back to Mr. Deeds, and my neighbor, people 5 neighborhoods over will say, "Oh shit, he just said that on that." No, not good. So I'm going to kind of compartmentalize. So I'm doing a if you're washing type channel to just geared towards the guys in our industry. I'm not showing highlight reels of me on the job, thanking Mrs. Jones for the great job, and that's great. But this channel will be news, reviews, brews, and who's. Who's is whores, but Canadian. Who's, eh? So we're going to talk about just different funny shit. Squeegee Life, one of my favorite podcasts out there. Watch a lot of those episodes. They're fucking hilarious. And I met all the guys at the Huge. We didn't go and have fun and party and shit. But the point is, meeting those guys, seeing everybody else in the industry, shaking their hand, getting pictures, Frank, all those guys, Craig. It was amazing. It was a great thing. And it's kind of sad and shitty that some guys didn't get to go to it. Some guys will never want to go to it. But stuff like that, industry events, it just reminds me that, there's a lot of cool people doing cool shit out there. So I really look up to what they're doing. And so, like Jersey, Josh, they've all kind of pushed me into finally accepting to want to do this. I also want to do it to spread knowledge, ideas, tips to you guys, the washers, because you don't know what you don't know until you know it. And when I first started pressure washing window cleaning, I spent a lot of time at a computer, figuring out how I wanted to do it, what I wanted to do, all that fun stuff. And then I figured, got all my ducks in a row and got everything started. But like you guys, I didn't come out with like a manual telling me how to run the business, how to do it. So if you're washing is going to be dedicated to you guys, but sharing knowledge, funny stories, isms. And it's also kind of secretly for my kids. I've got 3 kids right now, Michael, Henry, Ava, their ages, blah, blah, and blah. When they get older, they might want to wash. If something happens to me, my wife keeps all my shit. My kids can start a business when they're 15, 16, 17. They can do the Mr. Deeds. They can do whatever they want. But if they're washing, I want to provide them with 1 hour episodes of dad, telling them how to squeegee a window, what kind of soap to use, how not to clean in direct sunlight. When you open a restroom door, keep your mouth shut, because you'll be eating ass, which is a whole nother episode, 67, 69. But weird shit like that. But it's also to be entertaining. So I'm not going to sit here and say, well, you got to cut your squeegee at 56.7 centimeters. And if you don't dog ear it and cut it right with one clip, it's going to get all fucked up. No, so we just do our own way. I'm not the best window cleaner in Houston. I'm not the best window cleaner anywhere. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching are. A lot of guys, I mean, you can clean a window. It's fucking clean. Yeah, it's clean. We can all clean a window. We can all put the highlight reel and add cool music to it. And that's tits. If you're doing that, you're helping your business, you're helping your content, you're also helping yourself, confidence. You could do it. But the point is that, I didn't want to do a show where I'm just squeegeeing windows and like, hey, this is my highlight reel of the week. I made $5,000 this month squeegeeing windows at Wendy's. That's not it. I'm not in window cleaning to bust my ass and make a bunch of money. It's out to make as much money by doing as little as possible for as much per hour and enjoying my time. Because that's one of the things we all don't get is that, you only have a certain amount of time, whether it's, time in the bathroom, time in the theater, time in life, time with your family. You get 24 hours in a day. What are you doing every day? What do you want to do with your days? What do you want to do 6 years from now? What if you weren't here 6 years from now? What would you be doing with your time to be beneficial to yourself, to your family, to society, to everyone? Because you never know how much time you've got. I had a window cleaner buddy of mine. He passed away in April. It was very sudden, very quick, and a shock. It sucked. He leaves behind a wife and a little girl. So this will be their first major holidays alone, without him. And when it happened, it made me think a lot about my life, my situation, my family, my health. And it was a gut punch because like shit can be done quick. And what's your plan? Why, what were you doing? What's happening with your life? What do you want to do? So these are all things, if you're not getting your life in order, getting my shit straight. But if you're not, your life isn't in order and you're kind of floating in the breeze with your business, if you're washing, this show will have some anecdotes and tips, some ideas, some funny shit. So getting back to me, are you building, am I building a job? Am I building a legacy? Am I building, what am I doing with my life? Ask yourself that question. Are you a window cleaner because you want to work for yourself? Are you a window cleaner because you want to make $500 a day and be rich? Are you a window cleaner because you love going to Florida and the only way you can do that 2 weeks a year is if you work by yourself and you can schedule and do whatever you want? Are you crazy like the chefs in the kitchen who just don't get along with people and you just need your isolationism and you're cleaning windows and have the time of your life? That kind of shit. A lot of different people clean windows, pressure wash, gutter cleaning. It's kind of an isolated deal. I listen to a lot of audiobooks and music while I'm out cleaning, just because it keeps me sane. If I left headphones or I couldn't listen to music while I was out working, I'd go nuts, a little more nuts. So we all have our things that we require during work. But I'm leaving behind something, maybe a podcast. We'll see what happens with this, that guys can listen to and enjoy. Because like Keith Kalfas, I'm kind of squirrely. And I've got a lot of funny stories. A lot of you guys don't know, but 2010, I did a walk across America from New York to DC, Florida, along the Gulf Coast to Houston, where I met my wife, then up to Colorado Springs, toward Cheyenne Mountain, NORAD Air Force Base thing. Went down, across Colorado, down to the Four Corners, Utah, Navajo land, and then off to San Diego, and finished in about 8 months. So I went through 10 pair of shoes, 10 months, 8 months of walking. And it was an amazing experience. I met a lot of great people along the way. And I'll tell you this, a lot of people, not a lot, one or two people in general were up my ass about, well, where are you going? How are you going to get there? How many days is it going to take? What day are you going to meet people? What's going on? And my answer was always, I don't know. It's just kind of like business. When you're just starting out, you don't really have a plan. You just have an idea, like you're trying to get customers, you're trying to get established, you're trying to get branded, get the phone to ring. And that's tough. Well, when I started walking, it was like, all right, what town am I getting to? How am I going to get there? How many miles? How can I fill up water? Where am I going to sleep? So every day was like a new, like you open up the phone, it's 17.1 miles to the next town. So you see you've got like a diner in between, so you'll grab lunch at like 1 o'clock. And then later, maybe you'll make those 3 motels outside of town. You'll call them up, see if they've got a discount or something, or maybe somebody driving by will flag you down or see you at the gas station and say, I've seen you for 3 days. What are you doing? And then you tell them, hey, I'm walking to Philadelphia. Oh, but my sister's in the next town. If you can get 10 miles by 7 tonight before it gets dark, she'll feed you and do your laundry, and her husband will, clean up the spare room. So the point is that just like walking across America, because it's exactly like window cleaning, you can just set a course. You want to start a business, you want to run your business, you want to improve your business, you want to systematize, you want to scale. It just takes having that heading or that bearing. And I've had a lot of bearings, over the years, and headings, and keep switching, just because a lot of times, life will throw a curveball, or you'll realize that that wasn't what you wanted to do. And some guys, for example, who start window cleaning businesses, they realize after a month or 6 that they're not making $500 a day, and they got to sell out their equipment. You see that a lot with, pressure washing guys. So it's really just focusing on where you're wanting to go, and just take those steps to get there every day, and just, make the calls. Don't door knock, door hang. But if you're going to go into businesses door to door, you bother those people, knock in, talk to the manager. Leave residential door knockers alone. That's one of my pet peeves. I live at home or work at home some days a week, and we have door knockers that'll come out trying to sell solar, trying to sell ADT security, trying to sell electricity. And I have the no soliciting sign, and I've got to point at it at the door, and I say, "Have a good day." Oh, wait, who's your No, I slam the door. It's the worst. I have 3 kids, so each of them was a baby. And so every time the door would knock when you have a baby, the baby would wake up, and you would piss off the parent who just put the baby to sleep, or the dog would start barking and wake up the baby. It's a vicious cycle. Don't door knock, guys. Please don't do it. Some guys will tell you it works, and it does for some people. But if you want to build a business that doesn't piss off sleeping babies and their moms, don't knock on the door. Another thing we're going to do is live shows. I'd like to do this live because I hate rambling on for an hour and then messing up, and then like, oh shit, did I say that? And then like cut, and then trying to cut it and then redo another hour-long video, or however long these things are going to take. So I'd rather just do it all at once. It'll automatically upload to YouTube, all that shit, save, boom, save me a lot of headache. Plus, I want to get up to 1,000 subscribers. So that means that when I get up to 1,000, I think it makes my life easier for going live or something. This is numbers I had from like 2 years ago when I was like, oh, maybe I should do YouTube. But I also don't like being on camera as much, because I don't know about you guys, but you hate watching yourself, listening to your voice. Like, fuck, I sound like one of the guys from the Beatles, or is that my voice? Fuck. I don't sound like Matthew Lillard. I look like Matthew Lillard. But that being said, Scooby-Doo was great, so Scream. We're going to be doing giveaways. So I'm going to like a product or something I'm using and say, holy shit, this thing's great. And I'm going to give it away. Give it away now, just like the Chili Peppers. They were red hot most of the time. It was the smack. So for example, I did a stupid video posted about Gutter Gizmo and one of these bad boys, and just sent 2 of them out to 2 lucky dudes from the pro group, just because, I could have sent it from my house, but it's a lot easier. Plus they're giving away a whole bunch of Zero equipment this weekend. Like 15 lucky winners are going to win some shit. So I'm like, oh, I'll put in a couple orders, send it to some dudes. That's cool. When I walked around at the huge, I carried around a couple gutter stuff in my backpack. One of them was like a gutter scoop, which I don't have in here at the moment. The other one was a gutter gizmo. So I'm walking and some guy taps me on the shoulder, goes, "Hey, what is that? Is that like a pressure wash gun?" So I pulled it out like a Ghostbuster, the orange thing. I was like, "No, it's a gutter scoop." "Well, what's it for?" I said, "It's for gutter cleaning." And the guy was like a full decked out with sublimation shirt from Florida, like squeegee washers or whatever his what thing said. He was walking, pushing a stroller, like a two-year-old daughter with his wife, who also had repping the sublimation shirt, like for his business. I was like, "Oh, cool. Here." So I showed him. I said, "Here, fucking take this." So I grabbed the other thing, the gutter gizmo. He goes, "So what do I do?" I said, "You put it on a pole and you pull the shit towards you. You know, gutter gizmo, Google gutter gizmo, uh, El Google gutter gizmo." And he laughed, but sure he appreciated it. He didn't know who I was, doesn't matter, but it's going to change his gutter life forever. The gutter gizmo and the scoop, whatever. So he's cool with it. He was happy. So I'm going to be giving away shit like that. It's cool and it doesn't cost anything. Josh Birdsall, he used to have the show Joshua Window Cleaner Friday nights. He would do like a prize wheel giveaway. And I thought that was fucking awesome. A lot of guys would watch that on Fridays. So I'm thinking I'm going to gear my show towards Friday nights or Saturday nights. I recently quit drinking, so I'm going to not do that anymore. So Friday nights and Saturdays are perfect for me. Not that I went out and got wasted anyway, but if you guys want to have some beers, smokes, whatever, and just hang out, watch the show, it's going to be live. The reason it's going to be live is so you guys can ask questions down below, and that way I'm not just sitting here rambling on a tape, hoping that I've caught the things that I want to say and remember, explain on episode 1, the worst episode ever. Worst episode ever. Thank you. So that's how that's going to work. So along with some ADD, some OCD, I might have some Asperger's way in the back, some Asperger's. I have a customer who has Asperger's, small hands. But regardless, we're going to give shit away. So to give away some fun things for you guys, window cleaners, pressure washers, gutter cleaners, I want to get a race to 1,000 subs. So I think in order to do that, we need like a super grand prize, but I'm kind of poor, so I'm not going to do anything like a like 0 grand package of any poles or any 0 water fit poles or packages, or even my silencer, because I like this. What we're going to give away for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway is one of these. What is this, you say? This is bronze wool circa 2019, certified fresh. That's right. People are going to laugh at you when you whip this bad boy. I don't think so. So the point is, yeah, that's great. We're going to give some lucky guy is not going to win a pole or a silencer. He's going to win one unused brass wool pad. And that's where it's at. Nobody else is giving that shit away. You don't need any fucking destroyer pole or any freaking skateboard decking. No, you get the bronze wool. And leading up to the 1,000, we're going to do increments of like 50 or 100, and we're going to give shit away now. So one of the things I'm going to give away is going to be a pair of steep gear pants for those of you on roofs. If you guys have ever been on a roof before, you shouldn't do. We're going to give away like a pair of pants that are roof proof. Roof proof. They will not save your life. They might, and that's important. We're also thinking about, I was going to get into videos and all that fun stuff and am, but I bought brand new these Asako Brave cameras to, wear on your head and, ooh, I'm squeegee and I can't do that. So maybe we'll give these away at like number 500 and 600 or 250 and 379. I'm not sure yet. So that's fun. So we're going to give those away. Somebody's going to enjoy that. We're going to give away a Tucker nylon brush. We're going to give away a Samurai Boab backflip type kit thing. And stuff like that. So sharing stories. I told you I had walked across America, took 8 months, met my wife. I'm in Houston now, started in New York. I've got a funny story for you regarding walking. Okay, when I first started through Pennsylvania, up and down hills, up and down hills. But the cool part was going through, railroad track, shit like that, because it was between mountains. Well, one day in particular, it started raining in the morning. So I checked the forecast and it was going to drop down to like 20 degrees. Shit. So I was right outside of Pottsville. So if you're in Pottsville, Pennsylvania, if you're like 12 miles to the left and north, there's like an I-70 or something that goes north and south. Well, I was at a crossroads and it was like 13 miles into Pottsville to the Yingling Brewery slash hotel next door, or it was 7 miles to a different hotel and the Yingling Brewery, a different one was over here. Long story short, as I realized, it started snowing, so I was going to walk like the 7 or 8 miles to this hotel instead of downtown Pottsville, like 12 miles over here, because it saved me an hour of snow and death. So I start walking, it starts raining, it's now snowing. So I go left the way I wasn't gonna go, and I started walking up this hill. And as I was walking up the hill, it was snowing, it started sleeting, and I'm climbing up the hill, and these people are like slowing down to like 3 miles an hour with their windows down, like, "Do you need a ride? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Jesus, lady," because they're like sliding into like the guardrail that I'm trying to walk against because it's icy. So I did walking on the outside of the guardrail, and I kept telling people, "Just go," because everybody would hit their brake and they just started sliding sideways because it wasn't gonna rain, slow, sleet, and all that. So anyway, before I started walking up this mountain, I called this hotel and I said, "Hey, yeah, do you is this even open?" Because Google Maps was on my phone. It came out in 2010, I guess, so it was like new to me. So I called them, like, "Yeah, yeah, we have availability." It's like, "Oh, okay, because I'll be there in a couple hours. My name is Mark. I'm walking across America. Would really appreciate it. I'll see you in 3 hours. Cool. Do you have like warm cookies? Awesome. Have a good day." So I'm like looking forward to warm cookies and getting up this mountain, but it was like 2 or 3 miles up this hill. Uh, and these people are sliding down. So I'm thinking, fuck, I'm going to die. I'm not even going to make it up to these warm cookies because these people are trying to help me, keep sliding into me and like almost hitting the guardrail. Dangerous, not good. But anyway, nobody crashed really. A guy bounced off the guardrail, but he was fine because it was a Honda Civic. It was a piece of shit. But I made it to the top, covered in snow, like an inch or two of snow here. Inch, my hat was covered in snow. I had a hood, backpack, everything was snow. So I walk in there and I was like, "Hello." She goes, "Oh my, wow, are you cold?" I said, "Not anymore." She goes, "Are you that guy who called like 2 hours ago? He's walking across America?" I said, "No, that's weird." She goes, "Oh, well, he's going to be in here in like, he said like a half hour or so. So if you want to wait, like he'll be here." And I said, "Cool. While we're waiting for him, can I get a room?" She goes, "How many people is it in your party?" And I looked around like, "I think it's just one, unless you want to include my friend Mickey in the backpack here. Say hi, Mickey." So I pointed over and she's like, waiting for the backpack to pop open, some midget named Mickey to pop out and say, "Hey, we need room for two with one bed." That didn't happen. So I said, "No, it's me. I'm the guy who called. I'm here now." She goes, "Yeah, it's really bad out there." It's like, "Yeah, I know. Look at this. It's snowing. It's dark by then." So the next morning, I get up, I walk to the brewery, find out that's their bottling plant thing, and then I had to walk all the way down to town anyway. That was another 7 or 10 miles, which sucked. The point of the story is, in your business, you're going to make decisions whether you go left, you go right, uh, but as long as you have a plan and follow through with it. you know, I was going to go left and walk up this giant hill during a snowstorm because the hotel was 7 miles instead of 12 or whatever. Uh, Sometimes you got to do dumb shit. You got to cancel appointments. You got to tell people no. You've got to bite the bullet and go back and fix an error. You've got to call your insurer because you're not sure if you're insured, and she's saying you broke the window or scratched her Tiffany lamp or something crazy. So that's all fun things that go along with it. But this channel will be sharing stories like that, flapping Mickey out of the backpack, funny stories from the walk. Uh, I'm also writing about the book finally after years and years of putting a chapter here or there. Recently, come to the decision that I don't have forever, and if I don't get the story out, I'm going to die, and no one's going to know the story. It's all going to be other people's ideas, just trying to weed together Facebook posts, what's in Mark's trunk. Like, I found this letter from some guy, or why are these granola bars crushed up? That's Alabama. I got a trunk of shit that I don't want my kids to open when they're older and say, "Why didn't Dad ever tell us about these lighters or this pamphlet, all this shit, stories?" So I want to do that, through writing. So I've decided I'm writing the book, but it's going to be fictional based on the true story to protect the innocent, the stories, the places, the insane stuff that I, got to see and do on this walk, and just kind of make it funny too. So I'll have more details on that in the coming months. But the point is, we're going to focus on if you're washing. So giveaways. So to grow the channel, in order to be able to get, live at will or on Fridays, however that works, I'm going to be giving stuff away, window cleaning gear, and just tips and ideas. So if you guys, for example, if your customers stop paying and their name's Whataburger, store 346, and they decide to stop paying the window cleaning bill, you know that if you go up there with a screwdriver, you can pull off their signage and send them a letter or a text with a ransom. Say you owe me $840, store 243. If you don't send me the check, W gets it. And we're gonna start a show. Yeah, we're gonna do if you're what a washing. Yeah. So anyway, make sure your customers pay you. Put it in your terms, conditions, payment plans. Obviously, if you're doing commercial, you're doing big business, HOAs, you're going to sometimes deal with 2 weeks, 6 days, 60 days, 90-day windows of net payments. I'm a residential cowboy, so I do like 80% residential or 15 commercial, covers storefronts, building washes, HOAs. So I have that pretty tight. Part of the customer process is figuring those questions out before you accept a job or before you bid on a job. So, for example, if you've got a 30-day net on $1,000 job, you're going to price that job at $1,000 and get paid in 30 days. And that's it. But if you want to add $300 and make it $1,300 to get paid later, you're just going to have to hope that they accept that bid and don't go with the cheaper guy who is willing to wait 30 days and just eat beans. And that's the fun of commercial, or not, depending on your customer. You could have a property manager or somebody who's desperate and says, I need these fucking windows done this weekend. I had a guy, one of my first commercial, I was a sub. He charged double because they needed it done that weekend, but didn't blink to double or give me any extra percentages on my end. But the point is, you can do that kind of stuff if you have to, or if it's necessary, or if the customer needs it. So just tips and advice or ideas. I, for one, also, I don't really turn up the heat. Like if someone calls and I have availability, on a Thursday, and they're like, hey, well, this Thursday I've got a guy coming for photos in the morning. I don't say, oh, well, that's a $200 surcharge, or I don't jump up the ante because I know it's a pain in the ass move. If I had a plumber or some guy I was calling out, you can kind of smell out shit, billing, stuff like that. So keeping your prices honest is always important because it builds integrity, good reputation, and people talk. So, that guy didn't rate me on the charges because his price was fair. So if you're trying to build, your reputation as a small business doing a great job, transparency is awesome. But if you're washing, the content that I'm going to try and do over the next couple of weeks, months, and whatever, are just going to be, nailing down, going deep dives into stuff like chemicals, soaps, gear, rubbers. I'm going to look into it and report back. I'm going to figure out why a synthetic rubber and a regular rubber, what the difference is between the different grades of hard, soft, medium, and why they're used, and which brands suck and which brands really suck, and stuff like that. So this is going to be a formative deep dives, and we will call it the Deeds Deep Dives. If you're washing, who knows? I've been stuck at the, hey, let's start a YouTube channel page for like forever, and always worried about doing it just because like I hate watching myself talk. I can't imagine people like hearing themselves talk either. So it's like I don't want to edit, cut and paste this shit. So we'll just do it in 1 hour chunks. We'll upload it. You guys can get whatever you need out of it, or call me an asshole. That's fine. I fully expect to get a lot of feedback, positive and negative, because I'm not the best window cleaner, and some guys are. So it is what it is. I'm not pretending to be a guru because I don't know everything. I don't have employees, so I'm not going to tell you how to run a business structure on employees. I'm not even going to tell you how to run a business. I'm just telling you that if you're washing, You can do this, you can do this, you can use this, you can say this, you can talk to these people, you can ask these questions, you can provide them this. I'm just trying to help. So if I can benefit a couple washers, great. My whole thing isn't to just you to listen to my self-talk because I'm saying this once and I don't want to fucking listen to it. I'm hoping that just like at conventions, y'all get one little piece of information, one little tidbit, one advice, something you needed to hear, something you know that just needed to fucking hear it from somebody else. Stuff like that, inspirational, whatever. Do I amuse you? I'm here to amuse you. I'm here to get you fired up, to get your ass in gear, because if you're one guy, you have 365 days a year. You're not going to have 10,000 clients this year. You don't want 10,000 clients. You don't want 365 clients. You want 75 clients, and you want each ticket to be worth gold, right? So that being said, we're going to talk about how to do that. Pre-qualifications, target customer, ticket pricing. Now, due to certain monopoly standards, pricing and regulators, we're not going to do price for this, price for that. We're not going to get there. You can talk amongst yourselves. Go ahead. But we're going to keep it cool. We're going to keep it classy. We're going to keep it professional ish. I love Squeegee Life. Those guys are off the chain, off the hook. They say some hilarious stuff. And I'm going to be the same. I'm hoping not to really filter my opinion so much. I'm going to try to stay out of politics because there's a place and time for that, even though I touched on that earlier. That is going to be left alone because people can deal with that on themselves. I'm not sure the rules on the YouTubes. I know I can't talk about or can't mention about people or doing any, acts or anything stupid because then you get kicked off, you get strikes on your channel, and I don't have time for that. So no music. We're just gonna keep it fun, keep it classy, keep it rolling, keep it real, keep it straight, keep it guest appearances because I don't want to sit here and talk at a fucking camera all day because it gets boring. My back hurts, this shit, it sucks. So even just thank God I'm only doing this in one shot. So hopefully I don't fuck up and like sneeze or have a seizure or something like, let's start it over. No. So yeah, we're going to do all the way through. Once an hour is up, we're going to cut it out because it's over. Why are you still here? Go on. I don't want to talk forever. I'm just here to explain some shit, give you guys some knowledge. If my kids are watching, this is your father, and I'm sorry. But you're going to learn about squeegees. You're going to learn about pressure washing, window cleaning, Christmas lights. We're going to get there. This is September. In October, we really start toying with our marketing, which is yard signs, some Facebook, minor ads, but it's all word of mouth. This year, I'm going to be ramping up yard signs for Christmas lights because they seem to work. Everyone else does them. Why, oh, why can't I? So we're going to do it. We're going to try and do it right. So more details come on that, but I'm going to do EDDM this year. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to order, some business cards from Pro Window Cleaning's print department, and we're going to get these mailing cards, EDDM cards, and we're going to flop these out to a couple of my favorite neighborhoods. We're going to be spring cleaning. We're going to do Christmas lights also, because I'm hoping for a good return on that. So if you guys do Christmas lights, you know what I'm talking about. Those of you who are on the fence, what am I going to do this fucking winter? Christmas lights is a great option for you, but we're going to get into that another day. The point is, make sure you're doing it professional, charging well, and insured, all that important stuff. Going back to if you're washing, this show is going to be fun, uplifting, stories, guests. All right. I would like to do like a guest every week or two or once a month because I have some friends, people in different industries or people in general that it would be really cool to bring on, people that I would like to interview or have on the show. For example, I'm not going to bring Tom Cruise on the show, but if Tom Cruise could tell you a funny story about window cleaning, would you want to hear it? So, or not even that, but like his fucking window cleaner. It's like, hey Tom, tell us about the time someone broke a chandelier at your house and then tried to tell him it was another Scientologist that repelled from your house roof and like replaced it with L. Ron Hubbard's organs, stuff like that. We're gonna find out some funny stuff. We're gonna interview some great people, industry leaders, and just keep it real, keep it funny, keep it wholesome, but not like an asshole wholesome, like half wholesome while being nice. So I appreciate you guys watching, putting up with me for however long this is. Again, my name is Mark. We're going to talk about stuff. We're going to give stuff away. What do I like about this, that, why this is great, why this sucks, like all sorts of stuff. I'm going to give you some tips and trade. For example, information. Let's talk about something I use in pressure washing that I haven't seen anyone else use in their videos that I'm going to bring for you guys to check out. Yeah, this is called the Vanderpump. The Vanderpump is wonderful because you can use it to pump wonderful things that are liquids for 6 feet out of the place. So you take this, let me show you this. There's the Vanderpump. I found it. Look at it. Don't tell me what to do. All right, this is a Wonder Pump, folks. This Wonder Pump is 6 feet of bubble gum for you, not them. But what it does is you can take your Wonder Pump, yeah. You can zip it in your pure water. You can bring the water to it. You can have the 50 gallons and you can pump it and you can pump it and you can pump it up and you can spit the water to another location. What I do with pressure washing is I pump up the waters, which is sodium hypochlorite, house mix straight. And you can pump this into your pump up sprayers and then you can fill up the pump up sprayer without having to dump anything out in the street. So the point is, this Wonder Pump is a cat's ass. So if you want a cat's ass, get a Wonder Pump. Lowe's, Home Depot, I'm not sure where WCR should sell them, but they're pretty handy. They also work with gasoline and stuff. I love it. It's my secret, but now discuss amongst yourself. The Wonder Pump. It's wonderful. It helps you move things without the fucking 12-volt battery just to get a few gallons in something. Uh, Other things we're going to talk about are safety fall protector, like those steep gears. I'm going to use those for Christmas lights. So the week before Christmas installing, I'm going to do a deep dive on fall protection, ladder safety, the goat, which is like a hook that you can use on a roof to climb if you have to climb skylights or solar panels. And then I got like a pitch hopper, which is like a foam board you can throw up on a roof and like stand on it. I have cougar paws that I use. I'm also gonna show you how to change the bottom pads on these bastards because that has to be done. So just deep dives on things, informative videos. You know, for example, we're going to talk about what makes Glass Gleam 3 better than Glass Gleam 4, and Winsol APC 120, not for the faint of heart. Why is it 120? Why is it not 265? Is it molecular? Is it the amount of sunlight it needs? We're not sure, but we're going to find out because it's going to be come unburdened by what was once before it, and it'll be a good thing. And we're going to do that. We're going to learn about it. I went to the Huge a few years ago to learn about chemicals and window cleaning solutions. And the guy who had to do it had a cozy emergency at home and had to fly home or whatever. So like they left and there was like 70 guys sitting in the auditorium like, tell me about Winsol. Tell me about glass. And nobody. Mhm. Nobody could help us. Nobody could tell us about the Winsol. So they brought in somebody else who talk about brushes. So the point is there'll be individual episodes. I also want to do like a daily news thing. Maybe not daily news, but I'm gonna keep abreast of window cleaning, exterior cleaning. There's a comet coming through today at 3 o'clock. Make sure to stare up at the sky at 3 p.m. if you want to see a comet, like stupid shit like that that will be related and funny to our industry. Product reviews, what works, what sucks, what's going on. I'm going to do deep dives into these conferences, whether it's maybe the Las Vegas IWCA, definitely the Huges because I enjoy those. But we're going to see. Uh, as long as life throws some fastballs and we can catch them or hit them, we're going to provide a lot of content, do a lot of fun shit. Uh, and that's it. So I want to thank you guys. Also, if you're seeing all the hype that is the Aquablade, I just want to tell you that it does suck. I mean, this thing is ridiculous. I bought this, the Aquablade. I mean, it's supposed to suck up water into the attachment and like make window cleaning easy. This is like 2.5 inches and it's an algae scraper for your fish tank. This was like $15. $15 this fucking thing, and I don't even have fish. So I'm gonna send this back to Amazon. I'm gonna find an aqua blade because I want it to like suck dog hair from my window. That's amazing. I saw like a 3-second video and I need one. And I try to get one quick on Amazon. They don't sell it. They give me a fish aquarium bullshit for $15.99. So be careful what you're ordering online. WCR does a great job in all their shit. It's not knockoffs. I haven't been fucked over yet. They don't do you dirty. And they also don't sell the aqua blade. I think it's terrible. Don't get it. But if you're looking for good equipment, good poles, good tips, good filtration systems, Zero is good. I'm going to be switching all my brushes out to Zero once they start developing it out. Once they start kicking the bucket, Zero it is. I mean, Tucker does a great job, but the price point for the Zero ones is just as good. Does a great job. It's obvious. So doing that, we've got a Zero micro pole action going, just pointing at things. Whataburger slash whatnot. If you have a drone, be careful. It can break. So I found that one in a gutter. Someone didn't know who the fuck it was. I said, well, it's a DJI drone. If you've got Google Apps, you can't really fly these. I'll take this. So be careful when you're flying your drones. If it's going into a second story gutter, go knock on the door and ask for it back. Don't wait 6 months and just forget about it. Maybe a couple weeks, maybe not months with that thing. But anyway, thanks for watching. We've got 9 more minutes to cover. Why don't we tell a funny story? Or not? Let's not. Let's save that for another day. Let's talk about, how about branching out to other services? If you're a window cleaner, you should be cleaning gutters because you've got a ladder, probably, maybe a 2-story ladder. You can get a bucket and you can get a scoop, you can get a gutter gizmo and a pole. So if you clean windows and you're already using a pole, a trad pole to clean windows, you can turn this bad boy into a gutter scoop attachment type deal. By just putting this on the end and pull this shit towards you. It's magic. So if you don't clean gutters, you can start advertising it. Plus, it's getting a little cooler in those northern states. So a lot of you guys are looking for something to do. Cleaning gutters is a perfect add-on service, as you know. Gutters is good. Christmas lights, again, we're going to deep dive into that, basically the lease model, and how to get the customers. Like I said, the best way, the client list, word of mouth, do a good job, take a picture, do a free job if you have to. Lady in the neighborhood will say, oh, Ben did a great job on my windows, but he does Christmas lights too. So if you're looking for a great Christmas light installer, Ben's window cleaning can do it. So using your own customers to be your cheerleaders and blow their trumpet for you will help. Nextdoor, not so good on advertising, especially for anything for that matter, because if you're a professional and you're offering window cleaning, there's like 67 guys that will come in and offer it for 3/4 of what you were going to charge, like pennies on the dollar. So Nextdoor is not always the best place to advertise and solicit business. It's always good to tell people what you do. But when you realize there's 9 or 13 or 27 guys commenting on a post for somebody looking for window cleaning or pressure washing, you don't want to be 13th. In fact, to set yourself apart, you want to be recommended by other people. So you don't even respond to those. And that's the tip. Next song. So that's it. I mean, we're gonna cut it short because I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for 6 minutes unless you guys want to talk more about tools and equipment and soaps. Let's do a deep dive. Let's dive deep to the Dawn situation. The dawn of time. I don't have Dawn. What I do have is Purple and Gladiator. Purple and Gladiator, 2 of my favorites. Both have that weird aftertaste that takes a while to get rid of. This one filters through the kidneys a lot faster than this one, believe it or not, as you'll see Purple quick. But I do not suggest drinking it straight from the bottle. You have to dilute it with water for only a couple squirts, ounce per whatever. We're going to talk about the Glass Enforcer. No, we're not going to talk about the Enforcer. Glass Flame 4. Just a drop will do you. Add some into your bucket, and you're good. No matter what they say, all the stuff in your hands always feels fucked up after a day of washing. Like you get over it. The one thing that is one of my pet peeves is the microfibers. You pick up the microfibers after a day of chappy, soapy window hands. It's like Spider-Man. You like pick it up and can get it off you. It just sucks. Uh, so that's not fun. Don't mess around. You don't want to be Spider-Man. And you don't you don't want to eat all this. Not at one time. It's not that good for you. Another thing I want to talk about, F9FLO, also known as Fruity Pebbles. You'll see. F9FLO gets rid of calcium deposits in a breeze. So if you've got the white calcium on a window or on the side of a house, I wouldn't use that on a window. I would use that on bricks. They use One Restore for getting rid of rust or some kind of seam deposits. But the important part is WCR sells all F9 products, F9 Bark, F9 FLO. Those are my top two. The F9 Bark is a rust remover that'll get rid of rust coming down the side of a house from ladies' AC, drippy vent, get rust on the sidewalk. There's anything you have rust for. If you have rust, irrigation storm, rust stains, it'll take care of it. I highly suggest getting it only from WCR because they do the free shipping for $49 and over. So you order some of that, an Acme tip or a bottle of soap or an extra brush or a silencer, they'll box it all up and they'll send it to you and it's included. It's shipping free. And I don't think any other vendors do any kind of F9 shipping for free because I'm sure they got to be losing money on that. So order some more shit with it. But it's a really fun, fast way for washers to get their chems quick because they fast turnaround, really fast, and they make it right. They do great. And the pricing's right, shipping's right. Just do it. Um, Another thing we're going to talk about is yeah, just running your business. Uh, I'm a solopreneur, so I don't have any plans or wishes to get any employees. It's bad enough having to schedule and complete these jobs by myself. Kidding. That you got to worry about a guy climbing up a ladder, spraying himself with bleach, or getting something on himself, causing damage. Because you know, eventually, if you want to systematize and scale your business, you've got to get employees. I've had a buddy, my buddy who passed was one of my good friends and helpers on a lot of jobs. Um, but as far as hiring somebody, I never scheduled my business to work into having employees or that kind of scarce type deal. So it's it's not for everybody. A lot of guys, I'd like to get off the truck and I might have to get off the truck soon, but I don't want to slide in employees because I don't say I have trust issues, but I've built a brand and a reputation for doing great work, being knowledgeable, and I find it hard to try and train this one guy or one girl or these people to be like myself exactly. So I'm going out on a limb by doing If You're Washing because I can breeze through a lot of these things, whether it comes to working, being employed, dealing with customers, applications, cleanings, and then I can just give you guys and my kids something fun to watch. They're going to get a couple nuggets here or there. This was a very informal first worst episode ever because I needed to put on my big boy pants and put on the fucking YouTube, Facebook pants of creating an episode. So I'm going to try and do these like every other morning if I can. I go on daily walks, so you might get a daily deeds If You're Washing from me, reminding you what to do, maybe giving you a podcast to listen to for the day, maybe giving you an idea for a book or some music to listen to. Like hey guys, it's Mark. Yeah, the late great Meatloaf died today, 2 years ago. So in remembrance of Meatloaf, go ahead and tell your phone, hey, go ahead and play Meatloaf on random on Amazon Music. And then for the rest of your workday, you can listen to Meatloaf. He's only got 15 or 20 excellent songs, but you can at least get through a job or so of just listening to some Meatloaf and having a good laugh. Jim Steinham did a pretty good job as the Meatloaf, not really the Meatloaf, but a Meatloaf. But there's only one Meatloaf, and the meat is beat. He's gone. God rest his soul. His name was Meatloaf, and he was the singer. Uh, my buddy's name was Ken, and he was a window cleaner. My name is Mark. I'm a window cleaner. What's your name? You're a window cleaner. be one. Be well, John Thomas. Uh, you know, do every day the best you can. Some days you're just gonna ring the bell and say fuck it, and you're not gonna do much. Some days you're gonna hit the ground running and you're gonna do amazing things. Try to do what you can, do the best you can. If you're washing, the show is for you. Thanks for sticking it out. Comment below if you have any tips, ideas, tricks for next show. But thanks for watching, guys. I love it. Thanks so much.